All right, let's jump right in. We're doing a deep dive today into Ruben Amorim's first few weeks at Manchester United.
Hmm.
Seems like everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, for sure.
We've got a bunch of articles here, all about his first two matches.
Oh,
A draw on the road, and then a pretty exciting win at Old Trafford.
right, right.
But the thing is, he's trying to bring in this whole new system
Yeah.
using wingbacks and all with what, 2 matches a week?
A packed schedule definitely puts the pressure on.
I bet he's feeling it.
Well, actually, one article quotes him saying he's anxious about the limited training time he has with the players.
Wow, really?
Yeah. I mean, you don't often hear a manager, especially at a club like United, admitting to feeling anxious.
Oh,
rather-
sure. It's kind of refreshing, actually. I mean, gotta be honest.
Yeah.
But I wonder, maybe that win at Old Trafford helped calm the nerves a bit.
Oh, absolutely. Early success like that is huge
Mm.
for both the manager and the players, especially when they're trying to adapt to a whole new system.
Okay, so let's get into this wingback formation.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's a pretty big change for United fans.
For sure.
What are the main differences?
Well, before, they usually had a pretty standard back four, right?
Right.
With traditional wingers.
Right, yeah.
With Amorim's system, the wing backs are going to have to cover the whole pitch, attacking wide, defending deep.
Sounds exhausting. But what's the advantage of doing that?
Well, one of the biggest things is that attacking width stretches the other team's defense, gives the forwards more space.
Okay, makes sense. And defensively.
On paper, it should be more solid, having those extra players on the flanks.
Hmm.
But, and we saw this in that first half against Bodo Glimt, there could be some real vulnerabilities.
Oh, yeah, the articles were all over that.
Right.
Bodo Glimt really exploited those gaps when the center backs pushed up.
Exactly. Both of their goals came from quick counterattacks. Those spaces were just wide open.
So it's all about balance then.
Right. Got to be dangerous going forward, but not leave yourself wide open at the back.
But one thing I did like was how he was willing to change things up. Like, he switched things at halftime, didn't he?
He did. They went to a back four when they didn't have the ball. Really smart adjustment. Seemed to shore things up in the second half.
That's impressive, especially with so little time to train.
Hmm.
Makes you wonder, is this a sign of things to come? Will we see Amorim being pragmatic like this all season?
That's a great question.
Yeah,
I think it might depend on how well the players grasp this whole wing-back system.
right.
But yeah, these first two matches, they definitely show he's focused on getting results, even if it means changing things up.
Okay. Now, we have to talk about Rasmus Højlund.
Ah, yes.
Can't avoid it.
The big signing.
72 million pounds. Gotta have some high expectations there.
Hmm.
What's Amorim been saying about him?
He's been really impressed with his goal scoring, for sure.
Mm.
2 goals in that Bodo Glimt match, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Amorim was praising his aggression in the box,
Yeah.
saying it's exactly what you want from a striker.
Well, that's good to hear, but
There's a but, yeah.
there's always a but.
He did say Højlund's hold-up play needs work.
Okay.
Sometimes he takes too many touches, slows down the attack.
So break that down for me.
Okay, sure.
What exactly is hold-up play, and why is it so important?
It's basically when a striker gets the ball with their back to the goal, usually with defenders all over them,
Right.
and they have to keep possession.
Okay.
A good hold-up player, they can shield the ball, bring teammates into the play, create chances.
So like a pivot point for the attack.
Exactly.
So Højlund, he's got the goals, which is obviously huge,
For sure.
but he needs to work on that link-up play.
Yeah, to become more well-rounded.
And that's where Amorim comes in, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Can he help Højlund develop that part of his game? It's going to be interesting to watch.
absolutely. Okay, speaking of interesting players, one of the articles had player ratings for that Bodo Glimt match.
Oh, yeah.
Anything stand out to you?
Well, Mazraoui at center back
Yeah.
really caught my eye.
Yeah.
He had a solid defensive game, but he also got an assist.
Whoa, that's not something you see every day from a center back.
Right. Usually it's the wingbacks or midfielders setting up the goals.
So what does that tell you?
Well, it shows he's comfortable on the ball, coming out for the back, contributing to the attack. That kind of versatility could be really valuable for Amorim.
You think Amorim might make that center back switch permanent?
Maybe, but then there's Malasha.
Yeah.
He had a bit of a rough time coming back from injury.
Oh, right.
So that could affect his playing time going forward.
It's crazy how all these little things
Yeah.
start to fit together.
It's-
It's like Amorim's building this puzzle at United.
He is.
But it's not just about tactics, is it? I mean, you can't ignore the connection he's already made with the fans.
No, for sure.
Like they were singing his name at the Bodo Glimt match after just 2 games.
I know. It's amazing.
Shows how excited they are.
It does.
But what I thought was really cool was how Amorim reacted. He said something like, I haven't done anything for this club yet.
He's very humble, isn't he?
Yeah, really grounded.
Especially with all the hype around him.
Exactly.
It shows he's not letting it get to his head. He knows he has to keep proving himself.
So we've got an honest manager, adaptable, and clearly loved by the fans.
Seems like it.
Plus, there's this young striker, Højlund, with tons of potential.
Lots to be excited about.
There's definitely a buzz around Old Trafford right now.
Yeah, definitely.
But here's the big question.
Great.
Is Amorim's willingness to adapt, is that going to be enough? Especially with this crazy schedule and players still learning the system.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Feels like a whole new era for United, you know?
Yeah, it does.
And it's going to be really interesting to see how Amorim handles it all.
It is. What I think is so cool is that we're seeing so much, like, behind the scenes almost.
Yeah.
His thinking. You know, the changes he makes, how the players react.
It's like we're right there with them.
Exactly.
You want to analyze every single thing.
Every goal, every substitution.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what he's going to do next.
That's what I love about football, though.
Me too.
It's like this constant puzzle, this tactical battle playing out on the pitch.
Absolutely.
Okay, so as we wrap this up, what's the one thing you would tell our listeners to keep an eye on this season? What's going to be key for United under Amorim?
Good question. I'd say watch how the players gel as a team. You know, it's one thing to have talented individuals,
Right.
but it's that team spirit, that shared purpose that really takes a team to the next level.
So like how they interact, how they support each other.
Yeah, how they react when things get tough.
That'll tell us if Amorim's really building something special.
Exactly. And of course, keep watching Højlund.
Of course.
Can he become that striker United have been looking for?
That's the big question, isn't it? And that's what makes it all so exciting. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everyone.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be back soon with another one.